Hello, Raccoons, my name is Alex, and welcome back to Let's Play Sly Cooper in the Thievius Raccoonus. Today, we're ending it. So, let's enjoy this little cutscene, after I actually, get this thing started, so... I'll be back in just a second.
We were on our way to the Krakkarov volcano in Russia. While looking over what little information I had on the final member of the Fiendish Five, I began to notice something. In the 4 parts of the Thievius Raccoonus recovered so far, several of the pictures depict a shadowy owl-like figure, which looks very similar to the police images of the mysterious Clockwork. Is this a strange coincidence, or is there something I'm missing?
Sly Cooper in the cold heart of hate. I like that name, actually. Okay, so, let's get down to brass tacks, shall we? This final level is broken up into several different sections throughout the game. So after we beat the Panda King, we found an entry on one of Sly's ancestors named Otto von Cooper, and the gang used Otto's designs to make a little turret on top of the van. Now, as you can see, we're in the turret and shooting mines. Now, I paused here because this can be quite the challenge if you don't know what the hell you're doing. And thankfully, I don't have to worry too much about it because of the save states. Because back in the day, if you failed, you had to go back to the beginning. Like, I think if you got a game over, you had to go back to the beginning of the episode or something like that, but I don't fully remember. So, after we take care of the mines, we have these falcons, which are supposed to be, like, modeled after Clockwork, and that actually brings up a little bit of a thing that I kind of wanted to say for later, but... So, Clockwork is supposed to be an owl, but those minions look more like hawks, and he looks more like a hawk in the cutscenes and stuff. So, anyway. Now, the third thing with that death ray is that it will shoot boulders. Well, it's gonna fire lasers that will send boulders down. And you gotta shoot them, otherwise you are gonna be taking damage. And, yeah, it can be kind of tricky to deal with, considering, you don't exactly have a free range of how fast the van moves. You can only aim the turret and stuff. But the van is only in one more segment after this, and I nearly lost my frickin' voice over this particular mission. Well, what would come next? Now, I do think that I think that the mines don't really work on those boulders that I just shot, and you're moving towards them so fast anyway, so it doesn't really matter. I was making another save slot because I was a bit too far into things, and some more Robo Falcons. They can be kind of tricky to hit because they keep on moving around, and you don't exactly get I know that the projectiles go pretty far, but they don't really get a whole lot of range. So, anyway, we are finally done with the first segment of the final level, and Sly is basically telling Murray to lower the turret, but it's too late, and now we're in the second segment, and oh, god damn it, I hate this section. You're only going to be seeing the first time that I fail, and then you're going to be seeing me cut to when I actually win, because holy shit, was this one of the worst missions that I've ever freaking experienced. Like, like I remember the final section of the game, well, the final episode of the game being bad, but not like this. Just good freaking lord, man. Like, okay, so as you can see, the objective is to get 60 of these computers, right? Sounds easy on paper. Here's the catch. There are 119 of these things in total, and the first side who gets 60 wins. However, in my experience, there are too many of these freaking lava slugs. No, seriously, I personally think that there are way too many of these things. Like, I know I haven't played the slide collection in a long time, but I do not remember there being that much here. Like, maybe it's a PS5 thing, but honestly, I freaking hate this section. I think this is the worst van section by far. Worse than the races. Worse than what we went through a minute ago without checkpoints and the save feature. Well, checkpoints that you can auto-create, and of course the rewind feature. Now, again, I have not tested this on the PS4, so I can only speak for the PS5 version. But I swear, there are too many slugs, and they are way too fast compared to you, and the van controls like absolute dog shit. Like, seriously, like, I think I had to do this like 10 times just so I can finally get to 60, and it fucking sucks, man. I barely scraped by with that. Ugh. Sorry, I really, really, really hate that section. Why couldn't it be something different? Like, you know, like actually like what we're gonna be doing next. A daring rescue where you play a Sly. Why couldn't that be like why couldn't the last segment be like testing Sly from the very beginning, you know?
It's just a misunderstanding.
Like, we didn't need Otto that much. Well, we didn't need his knowledge for like the inner machinations of Clockwork's fortress. So, you know. Okay, sorry about that. Let's just refocus on the story, yeah? So, Carmelita has been captured by Clockwork and placed inside of like a glass prison, right? And it's up to Sly to save her, because like Sly is maybe a thief, but he's not heartless, you know? And as he said, Carmelita is just confused. She's not downright evil or anything. So, in order to save her, we need to get to the barrel that is on the other end of that turret right there. And like, and as I said, a spire jump here, a rail slide there, it's as easy as pie. Well, I say that, but I did get caught in this security grid. Yeah, not my brightest moment, I will admit. But I mean, like, for the most part, I did pretty good. Like, I didn't get caught immediately, so something at least. Oh yeah, and do believe that you, there you go. Yeah, it can be kind of annoying, especially with the alarm going off and all the darts and lasers and stuff. Oh, Oh, right. And also, one little thing I like about this is that the coins are now Sly's face. I really think that's kind of a cool touch. But this was all a part of Clockwork's plan, and now he has Sly under his now he's gassing him. It's basically a gas chamber. And I know I talked over Clockwork, but he has one of the most amazing voices in this game. You will see that. You will see that soon, or well, you will hear it again soon. But you know. Okay, so now we have one more. Well, one of two more playstyles for the game, and this would actually become a mainstay in future installments to the franchise. Basically, this is a hacking game. Now, a few things to note. One, Bentley has only 5 hit points. If he gets hit 5 times, he is out. And those clockwork avatars, they will shoot this red shuriken at you, and that is a one-hit kill, as you saw earlier. If you get hit by that thing, you're dead. The objective here is to get all those yellow floppy disks, so that way you have enough data to break the cage, or the security system that is holding Sly. Now, I did pause there so I could replug my controller in, because yeah, I was getting very, very, very frustrated at the lava slug segment. Just oof. Really wish they didn't do that. So, anyway, yeah. Now, a good thing about the Clockwork avatars is that you can shoot the shurikens, but also bear in mind that you do need to keep on breaking the green bits, so that way you can get at the floppies a little easier. And it does take a little bit of time, so just be wary of that. Though I will say, I liked how future installments handled these hacking missions, which is to be expected from a sequel, you know? Thought I had my drink next to me. God damn it. Oh well. Yeah. Actually, hold on one second. Sorry about that. I really need my drink. My throat is killing me. Hydrate. Never forget it. Okay, so a little tip for this section also. You don't need to break every single green piece. You just need to collect the floppies, and you will move on to the next section. It is as easy as that. It's not as complicated as you would think. So, yeah. Okay, I believe this is the final hacking segment of the game, which honestly is kind of a shame, because I do like the aesthetic here and what they were going for, but you know, it's like a prototype for things to come in the series. And yes, I will be playing the other 2 sequels on here. And if Sony actually does this, if they give Sly 4 a PS5 and PS4 re-release, I will also play that. But I kind of doubt that they will, because, I mean, it's Sony. They don't really understand some of the products that they have at their disposal. So, oh right. Also, one more thing before we end this. I know that I waited damn near to the end, but you move with the left stick and shoot with the right stick. Okay. Sorry that it took so long for me to do that, and you probably saw that from Bentley, but you know, what can you really do? Anyway, so now that the gas is gone, we can team up with Carmelita. Well, I did have to pause for something, I believe. I think I had to use the restroom at this time, but I don't fully remember. Though I probably could have cut out a little bit more, but oh well. Oh well. It's a longer than normal part anyway, so I don't really mind it all that much. But anyway, so this is our final mission. That's well, okay. So, do you remember the Murray mission in Mugshot and Panda King's Fortresses, where you had to man a turret while Murray had to trek through a set path? Well, now we need to do that with Sly, but instead of a turret, we can use Carmelita is using her pistol.
I need that cane. It's been in my family for
I'm sorry if that sounded like very schizo or incohesive, but that's basically what we're doing. It's the Defend Murray mission one last time, but instead of Murray, it's Sly. Though, honestly, the Carmelita section is a bit of a missed opportunity for future games, but I will get to that later. So, now, I did make another save here because I did not want to go back to the hacking section and all that stuff, so, yeah. And you need to protect Sly from these lava slugs, and they are a pain in the ass to deal with at times. Because, again, they are way too damn fast. Though part of me also thinks that it's my fault because of, like, what I do for controls and stuff. Like, I'm just trying to get a handle for down being up and down, down being up and vice versa. Though I do get the hang of it in one of the other sections, which we will get to in just a second. Well, I say a second, more like a minute, but you know. If I can not freaking kill Sly, god damn it. Like, Jesus Christ. Anyway, yeah, it is a bit of a pain, this particular section, because of the aiming and also because of how much of a one-hit wonder Sly is now. And again, future games would improve on that. Oh right, the robotic falcons. We also got them to deal with. God damn it. And these are even more of a bastard to hit because of how freaking small and nimble they are. Like, god damn. Though, thankfully, it's like only 2, maybe 3. The rest of the time is just lava slugs, I think they're called. So now we're on the home stretch. You just need to get these slugs off of Sly's back while you break the nodes that are in his way. And these can be kind of a pain in the ass because of the lava slugs that are coming to get you. Though, thankfully, there's only a finite amount of them. Now, what you can do, and something that I probably should have done, is actually get the future. Well, is the plan at least one step ahead and get the nodes ahead of time? But oh well. Okay, so now we're on to one of the final platforming segments in the game, which is to get to the jetpack on top of that laser. But unfortunately, Carmelita got canceled out the stabilizing unit on the thing, and now it's sinking into the lava, so we gotta haul ass. Now, this particular segment, I think, is one of the main reasons why you should grind for extra lives. Whatever segment in the game is good for you, you do it. Now, we have these electric gates here, which if you run through it, you are going to lose a life or a lucky charm if you have that. Oh, and these gears can be a bit of a pain in the ass sometimes, along with the spire jump, because of where you can and cannot jump on. Like, I only died once here, but there's also that bit too. So technically I died like 3 times, but I did have to redo the whole section because I took way too much time, specifically on this part. Oh wait. Make that 4. I'm sorry. Footage, make a fucking liar out of me. Now, right there is one of the biggest problems I have with the spire jump in this particular section of the game, because, like, I was going toward the wrong spire when I didn't mean to. And unfortunately, that's just something you kind of have to deal with for this game. But thankfully, you can go back in time a little bit so you can fix that mistake. Oh, right, and also here, yeah, if you stop, you are pretty much dead. So, yeah, you gotta keep on moving. And right there, death. So I pretty much said, you know what, screw it, I'm gonna bite the bullet, and I'm gonna restart this, and I'm gonna do this, sort of legit, you know. Anyway, so just jump on over to there, and now we're on to the final boss of the game. I'll be silent for a minute so you can actually hear the gloriousness that is Clockwork.
Sly Cooper, you have escaped my gas chamber and destroyed my death ray. Remarkable. You Coopers always find a way to beat me.
Always? So that was you in the background of all those old pictures in the Thievius Raccoonus. How old are you?
Perfection has no age.
Baseline.
You're immortal?
Revenge is the prime ingredient in the fountain of youth. I've kept myself alive for hundreds of years with a steady diet of jealousy and hate, awaiting a day when I would finally eclipse your family's thieving reputation.
Sly!
Yep.
My missiles don't hurt him but seem to create holes in his armor.
Okay, so the basic thing for this fight is that Carmelita will shoot certain parts of Clockwork, and you have to shoot those parts with your rockets on the jetpack. And Clockwork is actually considered one of the greatest villains in the Sly series because of his family connection to Sly, and just like the cold nature of like why he does the things that he does. It's just, ooh. He's that villain that you love to hate, and like sometimes Sometimes a villain can just be evil for the sake of being
You're so
evil,
familiar
you
with
know?
my family, you
Sometimes
must
that
have
can
known my
work.
father as a son. If you
But-
hated the Coopers so much, why did you let me live
But
when you saw the Thievius
in this case, I
Because
think
I
it's a
wasn't
good
sure
combination of making them have a connection with the main
Well,
hero,
here's where you're wrong.
but also
The
just
Thievius Raccoonus doesn't
making them
create
evil
great
for the
deeds.
sake of evil,
It
you
takes
know?
great deeds to create the Thievius Raccoonus.
Now,
Enough, Sly Cooper.
now,
It
like the other
ends
bosses,
here.
he is very
Finish you when I finish your
squishy
father.
when it comes to health. So, sorry. Okay, so for phase 2, he will now shoot these little rings, which I believe are screen nukes, except for in the middle of them. After about 3, three to start with, but I think he adds 1 every every time that you lower his health. A Carmelita will do the same thing she did earlier, which is to make weak points for you to shoot. They can be the wings, the head, I think the body, but I'm not too sure on that. But this is only phase 2. We'll have our final phase in just a moment, and it is the final platforming section of the entire game. You don't need a jetpack anymore. You can just go up to him and basically do your thing. But of course, you need to be careful because he will send those purple lightning things out. As well as the goddamn spire jump not wanting to work, and of course these lasers, which are not a one-hit kill, at least I don't think they are, but they will be if after a certain point. So yeah, it can be kind of annoying. So just try to be patient, but also don't take a lot of time with this either, because Clockwork, I think, will reboot after a bit, so at least I think he will. I never really had that happen before, so I would not test that. I would not. So yeah. If you can, actually, I think maybe on top of the lasers are spire points, but I can't really tell. I think that was a future game thing, but yeah, just be very, very careful, okay? And also, I was so close at that end too. It was honestly pretty infuriating. So. And actually, like, right here is not that bad because, you know, it's just a hop, skip, and a jump away. Oh, and he does say something here. Clockwork is superior. Okay, so, we have a cutscene now. One second.
It took some tricky maneuvering, but I managed to snatch that last piece of the Thievius Raccoonus from Clockwork's claw. I had taken down each member of the Fiendish Five: Raleigh, Mugshot, Ms. Ruby, the Panda King, and finally Clockwork. I'd beaten them all one by one and reclaimed my birthright. Of course, there was no way I could have gotten here without the help of my pals. I know this hasn't been easy for them, yet they stuck with me through it all. Murray, boy, it took a lot of guts for him to get out in the field with me. I know he was scared, but he's got more heart than anyone I've ever known. And thank goodness for Bentley. Without his expertise, I'd have never found my way off that rooftop in Paris. A guy couldn't ask for a better gang of friends. Who could ever forget the lovely Carmelita? Looks like we're not going to be friends anymore. Now that Clockwork's death ray is out of commission, we're back to playing cops and robbers. I thought for sure she was gonna slap the handcuffs on me right then and there. But instead, she was true to her word and gave me that 10-second head start. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I felt bad leaving her stranded on that giant rock, but I knew it wouldn't be long before we'd see each other again.
Okay, so, sorry about that. And I am gonna let the credits play out here, but we're not quite done with the game just yet. There's a couple of things I still want to show off, but where do we even begin? So when Clockwork said that he was superior and that he was forever, I want you guys to put a little bit of a pin in that for later on. So when we get to the other games, you'll see why. But we're not quite done. Well, as I said, we're not quite done just yet. Remember, we still have a safe back in China that we need to solve. And I actually didn't realize how long these credits would go for. Oof, that was my mistake. Oh well. You live and you learn, you know. But I did like the trophy. Oh no, you didn't. I think you get that if you let Clockwork finish his little thing, but I'm not too sure on that. Do not quote me on that. I guess the credits weren't as long as I thought they were. Oh well. Anyway. Also, there's no voiceover here, but wait. I love that scream. I love it so much. Oh, and this is a little teaser that you get for beating the game once with at least most of the Thievius Raccoonus pages. Like, I say most, so just have a look at this, okay?
Guess what? It's all about us.
いやー危なかった。ま、カルマリータちゃんには悪いけど、今回も俺様たちの勝ちだ。このデータファイルがあれば父ちゃんの敵が撃てる。あれはまだ俺が子供の頃だ。よく父ちゃんの膝の上で遊んでたっけ。俺様の一族は代々伝わる義族の家系。そして受け継がれた技をまとめたのがこのラクーナの秘伝書だ。その洗練を極めた忍びの技だが、そこには必ず守らなければいけない厳しい掟があった。義族たる者、名誉にかけて狙うは悪党のみ、善人からは奪わない。ところが俺様が秘伝書を受け継ぐことになった夜、突然5人のギャングがやってきた。奴らは俺を守ろうとした父ちゃんを、そしてとうとう見つけ出してしまったんだ。大切なラクーナの秘伝書を。奴らは俺様の全てを奪いやがった。きっと中に書かれた技を使って悪いことをしでかすに違いねえ。そして俺様は一人ぼっち町の孤児院に入った。だがここで素晴らしい仲間に出会ったんだ。天才発明家、頼れる相棒ベントレー、そしてマーレ。食いしん坊でちょっとドジだがまあ憎めない弟分さ。仲間と一緒に俺様は父ちゃんの敵を討ち、そして秘伝書を取り返す。クーパーの名前に恥じない義族になれるか、それとも失敗してご先祖の顔に泥を塗るのか。さあ俺様たちの運命はどっちだ。
That was so good. But I'm actually getting a little bit ahead of myself. So, So when that's over, just go back to China, go to Duel by the Dragon, and you should have collected all of the clues by now anyway. So so just go on up to the vault, and Bentley will finally give you the code. Multiple blood vessels, goddamn. Try 2, 3, 1. Now, safe cracker. This is if you get all of the vaults in the game. So this is essentially a time stop ability. I will explain that later, but for now, there's one more cutscene that is going to play out, so I will keep my mouth shut for that. I'll see you after the cutscene.
At long last, the Thievius Raccoonus restored to its original state. The first time I held the whole thing under my arm since I was 8 years old. The same weight that all my ancestors had felt beneath their arms as they had passed it on. Although, while other family members may have been great thieves, they all inherited the book. I got a chance to earn it. I had taken down the Fiendish Five, having used the moves my ancestors taught me, and become a master thief along the way. The time had come for me to chronicle my own adventures into the great book. This is gonna be fun.
Okay, so now that that's out of the way, right. As a little thing. Basically, what you can do now is that you can do time trial mode. Essentially, it's as it says on the tin. You know, you are doing time trials for the levels that you've already beaten. Personally, I don't see much of a reason to go after it, but you do get something if you beat them. But I guess I'll give my final thoughts on the game before I wrap things up. So, as a Sly game, I do think that this is probably one of the weaker entries in the series, because it's the first game. Now, the first game for a series is usually just meant to test the waters, see what works, see what doesn't, and how you can improve on certain aspects. And in this case, Sly was too much of a glass cannon. Yes, you can take out a lot of enemies in the game with just one shot, but the trade-off is that they can take you down. It's very Crash Bandicoot, right? Because it was the closest thing that was comparable at the time. So, sorry. Graphically speaking, I mean, it's a PlayStation 2 game. Of course, it's not going to be as great as modern AAA Sony these days, you know? But there is a bit of a charm with this. It's very stylized, expressive, and that's one of the things that I think that modern games just don't really want you to have, you know? Like in my personal opinion, you can give me the most stylized gameplay, you can give me the most high quality, realistic fur textures you can, but sometimes I don't want that. Sometimes I want something that's a little more cartoonish, silly, fun. Not a gritty superhero, supervillain movie, you know? In terms of music, I think it's pretty good. You know, for what it is. The story is really simple, but it works. You know, simple but effective. I actually also liked a lot of the characters. I liked Bentley. He was Bentley became a very fan favorite character, especially after this game. Murray, I didn't find all that annoying. I mean, his voice at times did get a little irritating, like, oh, well, geez, Sly, I don't know about this, man. Almost like he sounded like Shaggy for a minute there. But I do think his sections in the game are the worst, because the racing sucks ass. And on the PS3 and OG PS2, you did not have a rewind feature. So you cannot go back and play, well, like, you did not have a chance to undo your mistakes. So, you know. And you had to do those twice, which, okay, thankfully, it's not that much. But I still would have taken it, I still would have liked it without them. The spire jump also could have been worked on a little bit better for this game, because I swear at times I am pressing the damn thing and it's not working. I am holding it and it's not working. And even the jumping feels a little stilted, because I swear I'm hitting the thing and I just fall off the platform, as you saw like numerous times throughout this playthrough. But, I mean, well, I will say that bosses are kind of a mixed bag. Raleigh is nothing too serious. Mugshot can be pretty annoying. Ruby is by far the worst. The Panda King is definitely my favorite. And Clockwork, it is a bit of a struggle to get to him, but once you do, it's oddly satisfying. I will say that. It is oddly satisfying. And one more thing. I actually like the Japanese cutscenes. I really do. The character designs, the character designs and animation are really cool, and it's basically the same thing as the beginning of the game. So you don't really. So it's like if you don't speak Japanese, you can understand like what's going on. And I believe if you beat Time Trial, you get a Japanese version of the final cutscene, which has Carmelita doing the countdown instead of Sly. And she actually calls him a bastard, which is pretty funny. But would I recommend Sly Cooper and the Thievius Raccoonus? Well, it does kind of set a precedent for the rest of the series. Well, I say kind of. Really, the final boss and the opening cutscene are mostly brought back in future games. Things from this game are referenced. Like in Sly 3, you have a Mugshot coming back along with the Panda King. Spoiler for that, by the way. And in Sly 2, well, I think I'd actually probably say that for Sly 2, but I don't really want to play that right now, so I still need to work on my Pokemon Let's Go series. I want to finish that game. I want to finish playing that game before I actually sit down and commentate over it, because that's gonna be a little bit easier. But I'm rambling too much. Okay, so if you enjoyed the video, please be sure to leave a like, comment down below, and subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. Also, please let me know for the Sly, well, actually for this game in particular, what about it did you like? What didn't you like about it? And maybe I'll do another Sly 1 video about if I was able to reboot the franchise. But that's probably going to be for another time. So, until next time, Celestial Goons, remember, reach for the stars.